Hey everyone, welcome back to Chips PC Lounge. I wanted to do a video today on my drip garden. It's been a while since I did a video about my garden because I destroyed it basically when I needed the income. Drip garden was, one of those things I was really wanting to build up. In March time, I'd start claiming from it, and yeah, I think it'd be interesting to look at this now and see if we can get it back to something reasonable. Because DCAing is not really an option right now. Um, Not to the levels required to get back to what it was anyway. But um, we're on the compounding. We're back on the compound train. We have been for about a month. So what I want to do in a second is we'll have a look at how it's got on in the last month just from compounding. But to go back a little bit to what it was before, a long time ago. So that's my new spreadsheet. Let's go to the old one. Right, so this is very tiny. But basically I started harvesting properly anyway around the 18th of March. I do have a video on what happened to my garden when I started to harvest, that first month, what did the return drop to and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the garden, when I started harvesting, we had balances in the garden of 706,000, and my daily returns was about $23, and was getting per day in terms of LP tokens around 0.88 LP. It did peak before that on the 3rd of March or 4th of March, somewhere around here. Don't know if you can see this, guys, it's quite small. So around the 3rd of March, we was just short of 1.04 LP tokens, and that's when the balance was 811,000. So the balance of the garden was pretty much at its highs then, 811,000. And to make this a bit easier, I wanted to do a comparison from then to now, but not in terms of like income, fiat wise, but in terms of LP tokens, because we all explain this quite a lot in the Drip Garden chat if possible, and on the voice chat we did with the DCA group. Drip Garden is about LP tokens in and LP tokens out. The dollar value is going to change, because the drip LP will change. If drip's pumping, it'll go up. If drip's going down, the LP token's going to go down. But the TVL in the drip garden is your LP tokens that are in it. And when you invest on day one, or you'll have your amount of TVL. In my case, it's 26.34. That's my total investment in the drip garden. That was a few little DCAs, but in total, that's what I've got in there. So that's my investment in this garden. So I'm going to figure out on the day I started to harvest what my return was in terms of LP tokens. And we'll take it from this line here. So we received 0.88 LP per day. So there's an easy way to get a percentage. You can use the crypto bot, but I know a lot of people don't use that. It's not the best. It rounds up and down. It's not perfect. So I like to do this myself. So my investment was 26.34. On the 17th of March, we was getting 0.886 LP per day. So as a percentage, that would be 3.37%. 0.03 is, a percentage as well. But if you times it by 100, you can get like a percentage figure. But yeah, 3.37% is what I was getting per day from my returns, which is what you expect from Drip Garden, around 3.33%. It'll go higher if you're beating the decay, of course, and you're compounding. But this is the level it was when I started harvesting, so that's our reference point. We did around a full month of harvesting, and then we was down to 0.283 LP per day, which is quite a difference in just over a month. But we'll do that percentage anyway, just to see what we've got after that. So it dropped all the way down to just over 1%. So 1.07% a day, which is still reasonable to say I'd harvested for a full month. But since then, I did go back to compounding for a while. As you can see, all this is compounding all the way through to May, and then at the back end of May, I just started to almost like give up in a way, because I couldn't add to the garden. So I was just trying to fill my faucet up as much as I could, because the drip price went down quite a lot, and the LP ratio, drip to LP ratio was pretty good, so you could get a lot of drip for just one LP token. So I was just filling my faucet up at this point, and I've not really started compounding again until this month, last month, sorry, where the 10th of August, so exactly a month ago, I got back on the compound train, and I wanted to see, just see really if we could get it back. And these are my figures so far. So 10th of August, my return was all the way down at 0.138%. Now compare that to a bank. That's daily. In the UK bank right now, you'll get 0.5% for a full year. So the return actually in that kind of regard is not too bad. But so when I started harvesting originally, was at 3.37% a day in LP tokens. So you can see how drastic that is now. So it's going to take something special, just compounding to get back there, and it's very unlikely. But I would be quite happy just with 0.5% a day, to be honest. From that position to where I am now. I'm still not in a great spot, so I can't really invest the money that I need. There is a small chance I can put something in due to mining, but mining is going to take a bit of a profit hit soon as well. In 5 days, ETH is merging. So, but you can see compounding, you can still make gains. So the 10th of August was at 0.036 LP per day, and right now we're at 0.043. And this is due to the balance going up. Really, this is the contract balance in this section here. You can see it's gone up from 401,000 to 494 LP tokens, so that's quite a good gain. My share over that point, even though I've compounded every single day, the share that I have in the garden has gone down because other people are putting money in, so I'm getting diluted a little bit. But that's not affecting my LP per day in a negative way at the minute. In fact, it's helping boost it because there's more LP in there. So the LP ratio is not gone down as severely as it had been before. But that's just due to the balance pump. When the balance is going down, there's less LP to share between all the plants. So this is what I want to monitor, guys. Can we get this back to anything decent? We'll have to put little bits and bobs in along the way to try and get it up. Try and get a bit of a kick up the bum, probably. But you can see, even if you don't, you can compound in the drip garden and make gains. Obviously, if you've got a lot more in the garden than I have at the minute, you'd see, it grow a bit better for your situation. If you've never harvested, you'll be seeing some nice returns soon. But yeah, my share of the pool's going down just from compounding, and that's why DCA is pretty handy. You'll see your share go up a lot more if you're adding to your garden. But the things I want to watch are this LP per day. we're like 20x away from what it was before. So I need to get that up by 20 times to even get anything close. But this return here is what I want to watch out for, this LP ROI percentage. If we can get this, going up and up and up, then this section here, LP per day, and the percentage will go up, and that's the goal. That's the goal with my garden. We're going to get that back up as much as we can without adding, and hopefully we'll get a bit of B&B at some point to put in there to add, because right now I have a graphics card again. That was a used one, and it was pretty cheap. I needed a bit of TLC, which is why I got it on a really cheap deal. And with ETH still mineable at the minute, I am on Ethash using Mineable just to get it directed to my DeFi wallet. I didn't know if I'd have enough time to get to the thresholds on Ethermine or NiceHash, so we've gone straight for Mineable, which pays a bit less. But right now I'm getting 53 Megahash on my graphics card at 110 watts, and we're just getting some BNB. So this can go towards something of a garden or just gas fees. We'll see. But the hope is we can try and get something back in our drip garden that's useful. Because my plan originally was to get into the farms with my LP tokens, but we're not going to get into a position to get even close to anything meaningful. And this is the consequence, look, on the chart from all that harvesting I had to do. And you can see it's carried on through July, and we stopped here. And you can see it's just nudging the other way very slowly. There's a plants chart. It was, flat for a long time, and at this point, I'm just losing, ROI. The thing to watch as well is this plant count. It's rocketing. Look how fast it's going up. That is a massive rise in plants in the contract. So if we do get a retraction in the contract balance, the decay might be quite severe. So bear that in mind, but hopefully we'll get back to all-time highs at that point. Hopefully we'll have a bit more ROI per day. But the drip garden is probably one of the best players right now in the Animal Farm. We're just over a month away from launch of the new Animal Farm contracts, and we're getting the UI. We've got a drip, not drip, but we've got the drip UI coming out as well, and scratchies and all this stuff coming out this year. So lots of good stuff is going to happen with the drip USD token. So I expect the price of the LP to go up, quite a good amount between Animal Farm launching and the end of the year. It was $45 at its highs, so I don't think we'll see all-time highs in the bear market, but you never know. You never know. So yeah, Drip Garden, it's a superb play right now. I'll have my links in the description. We'll try and get some updates of how that's going off in the future as well. A quick shout out to the DTA group. We're doing great stuff in the Telegram and on the YouTube. This is a charity website for the orphanage. A superb little organization in South Africa, and you can read all about that on this website. That's in the link too. Very close to my heart right now. And the drip address in the description will be for a wallet that is in control, that these guys control. So there's a lady, I'll not name her, who controls the orphanage wallet, and the goal is to get them to max. so they can use that money to fund whatever they need with this drip faucet. And we've got some updates coming on that soon as well with a potential pig pen idea. So that'll be very good for them. So yeah, I think that's it for this one. I'm optimistic. I'll be crossing 5,000 plants. It's nothing, I know, but at least I'm compounding again, and we'll just see what happens. It'll be a good experiment for you guys to see if we can get back on track. So yeah, again, I'm a bit of a beta test. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to the video, and I'll see you on the next one soon. Thank you.